light mine a little bit darker. Yeah, been a bit of a night. We've had the youngest granddaughter to stay actually. It was more a case of my daughter was going out for her works do, and her husband was doing something else, so we had the granddaughter for the night. She didn't sleep as well as last time. She woke up early when I got the wife up, and yeah, it went a bit downhill from there. I've ended up going back to bed for a bit, and I'm going to go off to town still, and then start the cooking as normal, guys. So, catch up in a bit. Come in, guys. It's a bit cold out there, but not as cold as it has been. It's 9 centigrade at the minute, so been colder like. But yeah, it's been a funny day. I've just got to pop in and pick up a few bits for the dinner. I'm doing beef again. This time I get to do it. Because my son had to finish things off last time, of course, because I had that dash to do. Robert Cooper, just say early on, Robert Cooper, I think you're doing extremely well with the old steam it stuff. Very impressed with how that's going for you. What's the old guy doing wandering down the middle of the road? And there we go, he's around the corner finally. Yeah, so yeah, I noticed you're doing really quite well on that now, so very impressed. Keep up the good work. It's I think you may have found your niche there on Steam It. So yeah, it's, I know I can't remember what, sometime in the middle of the week we were supposed to be getting well, in areas we're supposed to be getting down to -10. I don't know whether that actually happened or not, you know, in Scotland or anything like that, which was reportedly for that time colder than the Arctic Circle, which was -4 for Lapland and the likes, I think. So I'm not sure whether that actually happened or not, but I was tucked up warm in bed, I'm assuming, when that was happening. But yeah, we've been getting some really crisp, sharp nights. What's that? Oh, fuel level. It's alright, I've still got about 60 miles in there or something. And skies are just a lovely pure blue at the minute. Just a little bit of cloud creeping in here and there, but other than that, typical sort of winter days. Short, fairly bright, long shadows. The usual thing in winter, I suppose. So yeah, I mean, it's just generally been a fairly quiet week actually. It's been a bit of a blur in so much as I can't really remember much of what's gone on. You know, still looking for jobs, still watching what videos I get time to watch, and spending a fair bit of time with grandkids, I suppose, is the main thing. You know, there always seems to be somebody there. Like I say, it just doesn't stop our house. There's always something going on. It's just a busy house, I guess. But I meant to show you my hat. I've got a hat that I don't actually need it on today. I just brought it with me just in case it was cold when I got outside, but it wasn't that bad, so I haven't bothered putting it on because I've been noticing I'm starting to feel the cold a fair bit more. I mean, obviously the haircut doesn't help, but yeah, I've been feeling the cold quite a bit more lately. It's probably just age, to be honest. It's as we get older, but this year seems to be decidedly older on the old scalp, and obviously with the old bald patch coming in there, it can get quite chilly. And so I was digging through my old hats, and I dug out two. I had a black woolly one, and this one I've got by the side of me, and the wife said you look like a criminal in the black woolly one. So it was one that I actually used to use for work, to be honest. You know, because I used to work outside a fair bit on and off especially when I was doing some weekend work and what have you, where I'd be doing outside in quite cold climates sometimes even on a night, of course, as you remember. So yeah, that was what I had it for. But this other one, it's one that the wife actually bought me quite a lot of years ago now, and I finally dug it out because I always used to find that I just got hot, my head just got hot and itchy, so I didn't bother. But yeah, I've just got this one now, and the wife says it looks better. Either way, I'm going to own it. That sun is bright in my face today, guys. It's creaking. Oh, I've still got the wife's big wheelchair in. Yeah, takes up half the boot. But yeah, that was because I took the wife to her infusion on Tuesday. It's generally always a Tuesday. So, but yeah, they're reworking all those at the minute and putting pressure on, and basically it looks like everybody's going to have to sort of argue their point and try and get their infusions back, which is, you know, at the end of the day it's a pain medication, but of course with all the cutbacks and what have you to the NHS, infusions is something that they're looking at and starting to take them off people. They all had like this review with the pain clinic. You know, he was told he had to do it, and he filled in all the necessary paperwork to send off to the review board, and it's come, he said chances are it'll come back as a, you know, you won't get it sort of thing. But basically everybody, you know, because obviously they get to know each other and they've been messaging each other and what have you, and yeah, basically it would appear that they've all lost it. So now obviously they have to dispute it, basically put it into dispute and try and get it back. So I'm a bit sort of worried for her in the department of her pain relief. So, you know, it's just a matter of wait and see how things go on that score. Just quickly show you my hat before I go and do my shopping. There you go, guys. What do you reckon? Hit or miss? I'm going to own it either way, at least for the cold weather. So yeah, catch up in a bit. Got all my stuff ready now, basically. It's all on the go. 3/4 of an hour, I should be having my tea, something like that. About an hour probably. Yeah, the night's drawing in. And what we are, we're at 4:15 and sun's basically gone. A few people got the Christmas lights up, I see. That's I'm not sure I'm not into doing it that early. Dishwasher's on, and it'll be on again later. But neighbour's dog's going at it, and ours are out, so they might start barking any moment. But yeah, as I was saying, it's just been weeks are just blurring at the minute. It's just, you know, it just goes sort of job search, a few videos here and there if I can, and that's about it. It's sort of, you know, and it is just a blur of that, basically. You're a funny little monkey, ain't you? You can say hello. Doesn't look as obvious, does it? Doesn't look as obvious a camera, does it? What's that? See, it doesn't look as obvious, does it? Oh dear. I think the other one, I think Fred's a bit ill actually. He was acting funny last night. Not sure, but sometimes you can act a bit funny when the young kids are here. I mean, he's not nasty towards them or anything like that. He's very, very tolerant of them, actually. She's not tolerant of me talking to a camera, though. So, yeah, it's just, like I say, I think I did say about that, didn't I? I was impressed with how fast that MacBook in the shop was rendering out 4K footage. But Tell you what else I saw about that actually. I came across a post actually where somebody had pitted a mid-range new MacBook, so it wasn't like top of the range. I think it was still running an i5 processor, just a dual core I think, and 8 gig of RAM, which is the middle of the range, and I think it was a 256 gig storage, which is flash storage of course on those, and they had it plugged into a monitor and they were rendering 4K, and then they actually ran up to 8K, and every time it absolutely outstripped this well and truly decked out build, basically a built PC. It just outstripped it on render and export speeds every time. It was unreal, and it was actually even playing back the 8K unrendered smoothly without any hassle. So I was actually quite sort of taken aback by that. I mean, I think they were running something like a 2.5 minute video or something like that, and they could watch it back unrendered without it being choppy at all. So I think they were basically trying to prove you don't actually need a top of the range sort of MacBook. So it just shows you really that specs don't actually count in the real world when you're actually just sort of, you know, doing your day-to-day stuff. So that's, you know, it's quite impressive really to think about that. I mean, you know, you're looking at what, about between 1.5 and 2,000 for a machine like that, whereas this one I was playing with in the shopping arcade was about 2.5. I think it was 2.6. I think that was on a deal at the time as well. Obviously it had Final Cut on it because it was a display model, and also what you've got to remember is they try and upsell you to that now, don't they? If you go and buy a new MacBook, they try and upsell you to Final Cut already on it, pre-installed, you know, but then obviously you've got to register it through your iTunes store and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for the new updates for Final Cut coming. It's due any time. Supposedly before the end of the year we're supposed to be getting an update to Final Cut, and I believe Motion as well. I think one of the biggest things that people are looking forward to is white balance picker and colour wheels for the colour, which makes it easier to colour grade and what have you. I think they're the main things. Oh, and of course it'll also be able to accept the footage from the new iPhones, of course, because they've got this new storage system, haven't they, and it's higher quality and stuff like that, and it has to be compressed to fit a smaller space, because obviously if you just drag that from your phone straight into Final Cut right now, it doesn't work on the highest level of quality. All you get is I think you get audio and a black image. I tried it and couldn't figure it out when I was first doing it, so you had to use sort of I think it was, I can't remember, it's one of the settings in your phone. You have to lower the quality basically. You can't choose the optimum performance of the footage, but other than that it works quite well really. So, but yeah, you can't and I've noticed when I plug mine in direct now to try and transfer footage, it boots all the other USB ports out of the monitor. So like it'll boot off the hard drives that are plugged in via the monitor and stuff like that, which is a bit annoying, and then you've got to mess about to get it all back again. So basically what I do now is I use iCloud Drive. It takes a few minutes, but that's the way I'm doing it, and it works fine that way. So yep, here we go. We're coming up to the boil, guys. 5:30 and I'm just waiting on the Yorkshire pudding. Almost there, so close. So yeah, I'm thinking my next big spend, once I'm sorted out financially, I think is going to be another MacBook. It's I mean, it's now working on it. I'm doing this bit in 1080. All the other bits have been in 4K, apart from the GoPro footage on the front of the car, because that only goes up to 1080 of course. But yeah, it's just the whole render thing. So yeah, I'm doing this bit in 1080 anyway, and I'll probably move back to just doing 1080. It's just the 4K is nice for being able to, you know, zoom and what have you, and you don't lose quite so much of your quality in your footage. But yeah, so I mean, it's something I have actually been thinking about for a while. It's just a case of having the finances to do it. So, you know, I mean, I've been thinking about it since last year probably, actually, upgrading the Mac. The thing is, I thought about sort of like moving over to Windows and what have you, but then you've got all that added cost. You know, you've bought into this whole ecosystem with Apple, and it all just works, or generally just works. So if I move over to Windows, I'm then moving away from a good quality editing software that I've got with the Mac now. You know, unless you start getting hooky copies of software and what have you. I mean, the thing is, it's like, you'd have to go and get, it's sort of like all the Adobe stuff and what have you to get good quality stuff. And that costs a monthly fee, whereas that's the upside of the Apple software, is that you buy it and that's it, you own it, and all your subsequent updates are free of charge. Obviously, you know, because we're waiting for this one to come along now that is due before the end of this year. So I think that's the whole thing about it. You know, it's I don't think I can actually warrant paying out a monthly fee, you know. I mean, by the time you've finished sort of, I can't remember how much it is now, but I know it's not super expensive, don't get me wrong, but it's not really cheap either. You know, not by the time that you've finished, sort of like, you know, 2-3 years down the line. You know, if it was Apple software, you'd have paid for it. So, yeah, I think that is the way I'm going to go. It's just a matter of when. So, you know, I will do. I mean, there's a lot of other things I would like. It's just a matter of when and getting sorted first. Still nothing on the horizon job-wise. Although YouTube's getting better. Yeah, I mean, making a living out of YouTube, you need to be up in the millions, really. You really do. You know, and then even then, you still need to be working other angles on top of that. It's yeah, it's quite a minefield, that sort of thing. I mean, I know there's all these other ones and what have you, but it's like, how far can you spread yourself? It would mean you would have to immediately make it a job whereby you are online sort of all day, every day. So it becomes like a job, basically. And that's spreading it around all of these different platforms and what have you to get all your financing sources sorted out and coming in from all those different angles. And there's still no guarantee. So, you know. But, yeah, I keep hacking away at it. I mean, what was it I noticed? I know that, oh, by the way, I know Darren's done another video upload. I got my email notification this morning for that, so I will be watching his later. That's Darren Strazek, or Darren Gator, he's also known as by his user handle. Yeah, I saw something on Robert Cooper's vlog last night. I watched that, and I was just going down to leave the comment and what have you, and I noticed somebody had already left a comment, which was unusual. And then I noticed it was this this no copyright sound company or channel, but it wasn't the normal NCS no copyright sounds. It was a completely sort of different one, which, you know, it's just a case of going and sourcing the music, putting it up there, putting the disclaimers underneath, and away you go, making money out of people's music. You know, you just have to make a background and a generator to go with the video. But what was what it was it was the usual blurb. Now, how it had gotten through his filters, I don't know, because normally it gets picked up by the YouTube filters, this one. But basically, I think it was because it didn't particularly leave a manipulated link, I think is how it probably got through. But it was a bloke. He was basically saying that he didn't do very well on his channel, and it was taking him ages to grow. And saying to Robert, basically, I don't, you know, you should do this as well and go over to Fiverr. And basically, what it's doing, when you go and have a look at his channel, he's actually selling views and upvotes for your videos. £3 something, I think it was, for so much, however much, I don't know, until you got into it. I thought, yeah, great, here we go. So he's just basically the same as what all these Chinese firms do. I mean, did you see, I don't know if you saw that one that was busted. It was on, I found a link on it, I can't remember where I saw it. But basically it was this Chinese firm that it's totally illegal over there. And what they had was huge walls with banks and banks of iPhones all over them, all running YouTube and what have you. And basically it's where you buy views, so you give your own money to them, and they set all these phones up running your videos and what have you, and they're clicking likes on them and what have you. They got busted though, and they shut the place down in China. I'm sure it was China somewhere. Amazing. You know, it just shows you what these sort of places are like. Wow. I mean, the thing is, I doubt you'd actually get the revenue return to actually cover what you've paid them, to be honest. Not straight away anyway, it would take you a long time to, because obviously it's still getting all the real subscribers that are going to continue watching the videos, not just crazy stuff, really, absolutely crazy. It was strange. There was, now it was Jane Jones who was going on about this problem as well, with the whole you getting the notifications saying that your video isn't suitable for all advertisers, and I was just getting every single one, and Jane was getting the same. Now Jane had managed to get hers to change by demonetizing the video and then remonetizing it, and it would just reset it. And so I don't know whether it's continued to work like that for her. It's strange because I put in the claim thing where you can get a manual review. I put in for a request a manual review, and there's still only one outstanding, and it was that one I was on about a few weeks ago. It was the first one that basically said, and it was based on, I think it's based on the name of it, because the video is one of my really old vlogs called Wood Erection. So you can understand why. But yeah, I just thought, you know, I'll leave it. But yeah, maybe you ought to try Jane's trick on that and see if it makes any difference. I'm not sure that it will, to be honest. It's but yeah, all the other ones that were going that way, they've now gone the other way, even though they're putting for a manual review. But it says that you can't have a manual review until they've had, is it 1,000 views? I think it's 1,000 views on the video before they'll give it a manual review, where basically someone from YouTube will sit down and watch the video and either flag it or give it a green light to go for full advertising. Strange. But Jane sent me a link to one of YouTube's own videos saying basically, give us time, it is a learning platform, you know, for the algorithms and all that sort of thing. So we'll have to wait and see. Also on YouTube, I don't know if anybody else has had it, I haven't actually been and checked it out. You see, I got rid of Chrome off my MacBook a while back because I found out that Chrome was a real RAM destroyer. It basically used RAM like there was nobody's business, even when it wasn't running. So I got rid of it, and I was using it for the other account, but then since YouTube have made it easier to switch accounts, I'm not so bothered. But what's come up is they've now got another beta in for the Creator Studio or something, and you see the flash on my Safari page, but it tells you that Safari's not a suitable browser for it, so I don't know whether to bother re-downloading Chrome and try it again or what, to be honest. I think it's Chrome, Firefox are the two main ones that it wants you to use. Something like that. Yeah. Anyway, guys, going to call it a day here. So do take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. See you.